Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Hylics 2. Obviously, we have a very ominous sky citadel that we are probably supposed to be headed toward. But I can't help, we're gonna go and check out New Moldal first. I can't help but think that there's a reason that they showed us, I think it was the citizens of New Moldal, being turned into whatever the hell it was that they were turned into. Before we do that though, we're gonna swing by TV Island here and turn in the many antennas that we have gathered. I don't even know how many, but we were getting a lot of them. There was an awful lot of combat on that last island. I do like the music. I do like the music in this game. Oh, my cursor's on the screen. It's almost like I'm not even a professional over here. It's almost like that. Alright, you consume my antennas. Wait, is this the way we do this? Yeah. No, I already knew charge up. This is not the way we do this. We have to go on top of the TV, right? Oh, clumsy. Here we go. Here, you want these antennas? 60 antennas traded in. Alright, even more charge up than before. I guess I should use it. Alright, back to New Moldal. I guess if we get in a thing, we'll try charging up a little bit. I had to say I was not terribly impressed with it before. I did not really feel like it was worth the time that we spend to cast it. But maybe it'll be different now that we've committed all these resources to it. So, this landing pad over here is probably the only one on this island, right? Wait, are we even on the right? Is this right? Because there's that island over there. I don't remember where anything is anymore. That's the New Moldal Island over here. Yeah, because this is the airship recaller. Okay. Is there a landing pad anywhere other than the airship recaller? Ah, here we go. I don't think we've actually used this one before, have we? There's no way to back up the airship. If you go slightly past the landing pad, unfortunately, you have to turn all the way around. I don't remember if we've ever been up here before. It's possible. We're about to find some cool new stuff inside of the stairway down in this tower. Have we talked to you? Oh, yes. You're the guy who told me about the airship thing after we had already found it. Never mind. Everything old is new again when you have a memory that is as profoundly bad as mine. Sort of a double-edged sword. You know, sometimes there are positive outcomes to it. You get to be delighted by things all over again like it was the first time. But then also, most of the time, it's, you know, the thing that it obviously is. So where is everybody? I want to talk to a person. Yeah, you. How are you feeling about your whole life right now? He will not talk to me. There we go. Above a tendency, this strongly mechanized work tries the overmirror. Oh, hold on a moment now. Totally hydrate crowds that slowly address skill. It's important. You should totally hydrate any crowd. Okay, so I thought they had just moved away from the silly procedurally generated text thing, but maybe what they're actually doing, they were saving it for this to create the implication that the procedurally generated text was caused by Gibby somehow, something about Gibby being in power. I will say again that I don't know that I necessarily think it's great to sort of like explain the lore of the world to the degree that they have. I think part of what really works about Hylics 1 for me is that it is in many ways like borderline incomprehensible. There's a beauty to the incomprehensibility. When you start making sense of it, you take that away, no matter how good the explanations are. But I am happy to just see the procedurally generated text again, to be perfectly honest with you. Alright. that being the case, I suppose there's not really much reason for us to do anything other than go over here and see if we can stop the Gibbylet. We could go back to Wayne House, but my guess is that there probably wouldn't actually be any new dialogue or anything. So let's just see what awaits us in the terrible castle in the horrible sky. In general, not a big fan of the sky right here. Are you a thing I can talk to? You are a houseplant. Never mind. Slowly calm pains that vainly approach TV. Nobody ever approaches a TV in vain. What are you talking about? TV is mankind's greatest friend. Hotly but horribly, prepare your flabby spell. It's a tiny bit judgmental, not unfair, just judgmental. Oh, I thought this was going to be a thing we could use to visit the afterlife. Because if there is an afterlife thing here, we obviously would like to find it as early as possible. I am certainly sinking. It's quick meat. I don't know why I'm even bothering to collect the coins. It just feels like a thing you ought to do in a video game, but it's not like the money has any value to us at all. Okay, we're not going to be able to get up from here. This is a place where you fall down, presumably, when you have done a bad job with some jumping up above. It's just like you should... It's a video game. You should touch the coins, right? Obviously. Oh, there's an invisible wall here. It's possible that I guess that any sinking anywhere in this brings you to the afterlife? Maybe. Alright, found ourselves a giant upper chamber key. It's as tall as I am, but sure, no problem. We'll just haul this around forever. I am a little bit curious. What would happen if I just let myself sink? Curious enough to do it? Maybe after we find the afterlife fountain? That's... Spiral staircases, man. This is probably just a good real-life lesson. You should not run on a spiral staircase. That's a bad idea. I would love to avoid fighting that guy, if it is possible to do so. I have no idea which direction we should be going right now. Okay, well, I guess if I was a little bit better at constructing the space in my head, I would have realized that was where we were, and known that it was not a good idea to go south. I feel like this is a thing I'm usually pretty good at, but something about the spaces in this area just, like, totally evade my brain. I think it's the lack... This is going to sound kind of dumb, but you know what it is. I think it's the lack of straight lines. For some reason, the fact that everything's curvy just makes it hard for me to conceptualize. Oh, I thought we were going to jump. Okay, here we go. This is what I was looking for. Nope. Great job, SB. Well done. Well, it looks like we're going back to the ground the old-fashioned way. Man's first technology. Falling. Okay, well at least it didn't actually put me back on the ground and make me go over to the airship recaller, and you know, there was definitely a more annoying way to have done this. So I appreciate them not doing that. That said, oh, okay, that time even though I was rolling, they were just like, no, you're gonna fight. Why even put the rolling thing in the game? So I don't feel like we have a great sense of what any of these enemies do. We've seen Bomalog before. I don't know. Get set on fire. And then we're gonna have to fight the other guy right afterward, probably. I bet we are not going to get actual control back fast enough to escape him. The Solvent Vortex. You know, if you're going to be caught in a vortex of some kind of liquid, probably it's not great for it to be a powerful solvent. That seems like it would suck. You are indisposed. I wonder what that actually means. Also, it looks like the solvent vortex has maybe cleared the burn status effect from that guy. Okay, we know all about your homunculus. I'm just gonna ignore it. Oh no, I mean, Photon Grape Shot is basically a flashlight, right? Alright, all of this indisposed nonsense needs to come to an end. Let's throw up some sandboxes. It does seem like these guys don't have quite as much damage potential as some of the enemies that we've run up against. I think I want to just try to kill this guy. Alright. And now we could take a moment to recover people some more, but honestly, what if instead of that we just did damage? Oh, the Electrolance, the Sleep Spore guy. Right. I remember this. Well, it seems like Dietismon should maybe be throwing up some sandboxes at this point. And then Wayne is going to... You know what? Wayne's going to nematode interface this dude while he is insulated. Alright. And then that will be the end of him. And Dietismon foam armor dispels. Yeah. Yeah, I'll just sandbox Pangorma, I guess? This does not leave us with a lot of resources for applying foam armor. But I think at this point we're going to just try to damage race him. The sleep is very helpful for this goal. Okay, that's not a big deal. It's not a huge amount of damage. And on the whole, our damage is a lot better than it used to be. It is nice to have people with actual equipment. Maybe I'm trying to be too fast here. Maybe it would be a good idea to spend some time recovering. But it feels like we can just race through the end of this battle. Oh no, a sacrifice. How much damage? Oh, not that much. Not that bad. So... Pangorma doesn't really have any resources. So I guess we just use some kind of restoration something on somebody else. We don't actually... I mean, I could just Cloud Germ. Feels like we should save it, but I might be putting myself in Megalixir range here. So, like, what if I restore a bunch of will to you and turn off your burning, and then you use that to foam armor some people? And you can do a similar thing on Samsnosa. Who unfortunately does not have any abilities that are as useful as foam armor. But we can certainly, like, bleb Wayne? Wayne has a little bit more will to play with. And then you can foam armor our other friend here. If there's a problem that can't be solved by the foam, I certainly don't want to see it. Okay, now I think we can probably just snap through the end of the battle. It's really nice that the juice puts out fire. That makes things that makes recovery a lot easier. I think we just don't care about that, right? I just keep having at you. Yeah. Alright, 5 more antennas, 8 more meat, a faded poncho. We should probably see if that is actually reasonable armor, because I think we have We have one or two people who are still using some very basic armor. Oh no, okay, it seems to have maybe moved the other enemy back to his initial position or something. Samsnosa, what are you? You are wearing a faded poncho, in fact. You know what? I don't think we want to swap anybody into one of those, then. Okay, so this takes us up here, which takes us to here, and this time I don't miss the button. There we go. Alright, let's do this thing, get us linked, turn in the meat, refresh and wash everybody. And then I think we're in a real good spot to continue on. We feel powerful. At this point, I think we are pretty mighty. Still a little bit annoyed that you have to do this in this order. Alright, let's get back. Not great. Not a great omen. The fact that I just can't even operate a staircase a little bit. Alright, we are on Hylium Xylem. This is the Hylium Xylem, it turns out. Xylem's like a plant thing, right? I think I remember in science class in like high school learning about some xylem and boy, I want to say xylem and the word phloem is also coming back to mind, but that also might just be like a Nickelodeon GAC type toy. Phloem, right? Is that? I have no idea. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Okay, so it looks like there is something up there, but I'm guessing, damn it. Any enemy that comes from the top or the bottom of the screen, just due to the aspect ratio of screens, you get no time at all to react to. Crisp, this guy back here. I see you back there, jaded mycetic. Think you're gonna hide from me. We are going to also nematode interface. We're gonna get all of the damage over time effects on this dude, and then just snap him in half, which is a slightly different meaning in this game than it would in many. Okay, we got some sharp fingers. Not a big deal just yet. We might want to have Dietismoln just foam armor self. Like, I know we're clean, but the clean's gonna run out, and also we need the health. This is actually a fairly high damage group of enemies. Okay, the mycetic is dead. We do not have to worry about the mycetic anymore. So let's start a fire on someone else. I mean, I think the Hand of Moodbleen is actually pretty dangerous. Sharp Fingers does a lot of damage to people who are not able to avoid the bleed. And I think we're just gonna auto attack a lot here. Okay, Limb-based is pretty whatever. I was gonna say, I feel like that mycetic hasn't had a turn in a really long time. Oh no, is the solvent gonna wash away my foam? It did. It did, that's a bummer. Samsnosa, I think, just finishes this guy off. Okay, now let's talk about recovery. Oh, I am too low on will for that. Never mind, instead of talking about recovery, let's talk about starting a big fire on this fish. Fish hate fire. That's the whole reason that they moved to live in the water. So foam armor on... Who needs it most? Probably Wayne, actually. Like, both in the sense that Wayne is missing the most HP, but also in the sense that Wayne has become a pretty valuable member of the offensive part of the team, which was not true for a significant portion of the game. And I'm really not worried about... Really not worried about this other guy with his charge up and his photon nonsense. I guess in order for Wayne to be a valuable part of the offense of the team, he does need to have a little bit of will. So maybe he was not the appropriate target for that heal after all. All right, let's get through this. I imagine this guy's not going to do anything but charge up on his next turn, so. I do dig that he seems to be playing that... Oh no, he has 4 slices. He does have a thing he can do. I do appreciate that he's really wailing on that. I can't... Is it a fish or a broom? Or maybe it's both of them? It has a real Harry Potter riding broom sort of shape to it, right? Like, there's clearly a steering apparatus. Nope, nope, damn it. Why is it so easy to walk off everything? Why haven't they installed any guardrails here? I can't... I'm stuck. Apparently I'm standing on something, but I can't... None of my directional keys do anything. Okay, I think we got just, like, wedged into a weird crevice. I was expecting to fall straight through. Alright, so... We don't really know anything about the area, except that the way we went isn't really the right way. Am I still... No. The fall did not reset our health. Excuse me, sir? Excuse me. There, thank you. Alright, so we just have to not run around here because it's really, really easy to run over the edges of everything. Well, this seems significant. How would you know that you can plug a key into that? Also, hold on a second. What's over here? This would have been a pretty funny place to just not put anything. Just have a sign that points you out to the middle of open air. Everybody who works here knows not to follow the sign. Yeah. I don't want to do this. Courtiers are bad, right? I think? I don't remember. I don't remember this enemy at all, if I'm being honest. I think there's a pretty good chance we're just gonna die here, and I kind of don't. I don't know if I care enough to do anything about it. Yeah, maybe I'm just gonna perish. I'm just gonna choose perish if I ever get a turn again. Because there's no way we win this fight. I mean, without spending a bunch of resources that there's not really a good reason to spend. If you don't get to basically reset after every fight, you just can't win easily. Another way in which the huge prevalence of combat in this one is just kind of weird and tedious. You know, we have some meat. We should turn this in. Don't forget, kids, to turn in your meat before you bathe every night. It's not just a good idea, it's the law. Alright, take me back to the Hylics Island. Let's do this thing. I really appreciate that there's, like, no cost to death aside from time. But, like, that really tells you that this game is not about these combat mechanics, right? So, I do think that's a good idea on the developer's part. Make it clear that the game is about focusing on other things. But then don't put so much fucking combat in the game. It's like... a lot of the things about Hylics 2 are working at cross purposes with each other, which is maybe intentional commentary on the things that are kind of broken about a certain style of JRPG. I mean, because there's not... I talk about JRPGs in a general sense a lot, or at least have over the course of these, like, over these 2 series, but we're talking about a pretty narrow bit of what makes JRPGs. Do I care? You know what? Never mind. I don't even want to go back over there because there's that fight waiting for us. And let's just see where the plot wants us to go. But we are really talking about a specific brand, a specific subgenre, right? Okay, well, there's a button over there that seems pretty important. I'm assuming, yeah, these are walled. Oh, apparently he has seen us and is aggroed now. And we are leaving. Oh, so much rather not fight you. Oh, what you just saw there was just me walking up, and then I guess I was walking up against a surface that was slightly curved, and it sort of like shunted me off to the side, and then again sort of curved me away, and all of a sudden we're off the ledge. Just install some damn guardrails. There's no obvious power tube connecting this to anything. I guess we're just gonna have to... Damn it. He waited for us in the one place that we couldn't not go. Alright. Let's just try to get through here pretty quickly. So there's not a button I can hold that speeds up combat or anything. No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, let's throw up the other damage over time effect. This should be good enough, right? This guy is now dead. Unless somebody heals him for an amount that completely ignores the fire we put on him, which is a thing that they do all the time. It absolutely could happen. But I don't think any of these enemies do healing. Okay, it's fairly hard. Did he just charge and then immediately get to spend his charge? That seems like that shouldn't work that way. I guess he is fast. Oh, they do have a heal. Cool, great, I'm so glad. The enemies having healing moves is like a really great example of just like, this is a thing that these games sometimes do, so our game's gonna do it, despite the fact that it is objectively horrible here. So it is possible that, like I was saying, all of the stuff about this game that sucks in the ways that a certain kind of JRPG often do suck is just commentary on those JRPGs, but also... The thing is, you can't do a thing for the purposes of commentary or irony without just doing the thing. They have, like, successfully recreated a thing that totally sucks here, and if I were going to make a video game, I might simply not make it suck. We probably do have to hit the pool main some more. I'm gonna try to trust Didas Muln to get the flesh situation under control. Come on! Okay, you know what? At this point, it will probably be faster to just perish and come back here and avoid the fight. Just roll through the fight. Again, it's functionally impossible to avoid fights that happen from above or below if you don't already know that they're going to happen before they get on screen. Oh no, wait, we don't have any meat to turn in this time. We could just go straight to the bath. Because of the size of the character and the distances portrayed by the screen. But now we know. Now we know that that asshole's going to be waiting for us on those stairs, so we can just... hopefully we can just roll past the fight. Alright, let's try to get back there as quickly as possible. Oh, this is the wrong branch. There we go. Because, like, listen, I used to be really into JRPGs when I was a kid. When I had my Super Nintendo. There's a lot of real good JRPGs on the Super Nintendo. I think probably anybody who is a fan of the format can attest. But I think as a culture, we've moved past the need for these things. Alright, so it's dangerous to press up on that platform, but it looks like you do need to go up onto that ledge up there. So I guess we just have to be very careful about how we do that. Wait, maybe you can't. I thought for sure that was gonna work. Huh. So this there's no purpose to this ledge, and I think we're above that area. Like, if we were to go south here, I think we drop down onto a thing we saw before. Yeah, we're right above the door. Okay, you know what? Maybe there's not actually a reason to go in there at all. I guess let's try to follow the hand here. Maybe you have to go this way to progress. Maybe the upper floor key has no value at all. Pretty weird decision, in my opinion. Huh. This is also not anything. Can I really not get back? Yeah, I really cannot. There we go. Guess we have to go in there. That's a doorway. It's not very obvious to me that that's a doorway. If that guy had walked in there and partially disappeared, I don't think I would have noticed. It's like the worst thing that could possibly happen. The thing I am by far the most afraid of anything is... Oh wait, this is a door too. Is potentially having to play the game. Just openly fleeing from the mechanics. Oh, still not higher. There we go. Do you have anything to say that's not just gibberish? Totally consider deals that regrettably change business. Oh, you're a merchant. Okay. So we just buy cloud germs. Well, we have money. This is at least a thing to spend money on that might matter a little bit. I guess give me 5 muscle appliques, and then also we'll buy a cloud germ. Okay. Who wants a whole bunch of muscle? Probably it's Wayne. Let's just like get ourselves to a place where everybody can punch reasonably hard instead of focusing in on one person and having them potentially get yeah, just give all of them to him. Have them potentially get CC'd. So I guess the only point of coming over here was the muscle applique shop, which... that's fine. You know, that's not nothing. Let's see if we can make it back over there. I'm kind of curious if this also leads to... You're killing me. This whole area is such a pain in the ass to navigate, and because of the fact that all of the ground is always sort of like squishy and ill-defined, this is like there are elevation changes, but they're not clearly denoted because everything just sort of looks like... You know what it looks like? It looks like phloem. Everything sort of looks like squished up phloem. It's really hard to tell when all of a sudden your character is going to decide that he's airborne. Or, you know, like... Okay, well that's not helpful. It is clear to me that there is in fact something up above that door. I guess we're supposed to walk up there, avoid that fight, you get up those stairs, and then just, like, air dash west, maybe? There's definitely stuff west. It could be a little bit clearer. We can't interact with these at all. Can't just get over there, despite the fact that that's obviously quite important. But I guess that we get over there by opening the force field, which we cannot do without going up here, one assumes. Right? Because this is nothing. Feels like we really just want to... Yeah, I think we need to go up to get where we're going, unfortunately. Maybe we could... Maybe we could get over onto that little thumb sticking out there, and then from there jump up. But, like, perspective makes it really hard to tell if that would even be successful. And I can't, again, like, on top of that, I can't tell if that's even higher than where I am right now. Yep, wow, if that's actually the way you're supposed to do that, that fucking sucks. That's horrible. I guess let's see what's down here. Wait, isn't this just the doorway that we just came through? How the hell how would I go back to the stairs I just came up? Oh, this is... Okay. It was not clear to me. Obviously, I thought that path above us was the doorway we came out of. Because, again, everything is really unclear. Like, this is a problem with this squishy, indistinct art style, which I think is really cool. Unfortunately, it doesn't play well with the game, like actually having to function as a game in a lot of cases. Alright, so we're going to go in really hard on the pool main. We're not going to just let him tick down. And that being the case, I guess it's best I just snap. But as long as we're still clean, there's not a lot of danger in doing this. We'll do this before the super mega heal can go off. And then, despite the fact that it's obviously really important to get rid of the truculent, I think we have to kill the courtier first, because otherwise infinite full heals for everyone, which is a bad time. There's so many enemies where, like, the thing is just, ignore this guy. Ignore this guy until later. Okay. Do we want to... I might just foam armor someone because we need the health. It's a very efficient way of regaining health. Probably have opened with a crisper. We should probably just always open with the crisper, which does more damage than a snap in addition to starting a fire. Alright, and that is basically the end of the battle. This other dude just does not do enough damage to even be worth worrying about. And while I do like the fact that the combat system really has you, like, you have to actually use your abilities and apply debuffs and stuff, it does mean that you are effectively always having to find a reset, like, after every battle. Okay. That sucks. It sucks that they can wait just inside that doorway, such that you... If you accidentally step one little bit too far down, you are in combat, whether you like it or not. I guess actually we should now pursue that reset I was talking about. Like, honestly, without knowing the thing I just said, I know when we come up the stairs we aren't coming through a doorway that is facing downward, but that doesn't look like anything. the thing below us. It just looks like the floor is not flat, which is true of every floor everywhere in the entire game, right? Alright, let's just try to figure out this part of this castle without having to engage in too much combat. Was that other shadow that we saw to the left, was that an enemy or just a procedural text guy? It is an enemy. Is jumping down really the way we want to go? I'm worried that it's gonna just put me back some. Yep, alright, I guess we gotta find another key. I was mashing roll, by the way. Just doesn't matter enough. So who do we... The Cotrode is a problem. We do need to deal with you. Alright, we are gonna go ahead and nematode interface, even though it will leak me. Let's make sure we get some damage over time effects up on this guy before there is reactive shield. Alright, and hopefully we can just ignore you now and let you die over time. This is probably too much damage. So we gotta Fate Sandbox Detus Moln, or else we'll never be able to foam armor anybody. Okay, that was blocked. That's good. I guess it must have been the reactive shield that blocked it. I would have just expected it to be, you know, less effective. Can't even apply your own buffs. So what? It's the courtier next, and probably, as in all situations, we do this thing. I should probably have started on the courtier. I was just like, oh, we could get some damage in before the reactive shield. I do so love getting damage in before the reactive shield. You know, this sucks. This fight is garbage. I hate multiple copies of the guy with the permanent stun. That is really shitty. You, I guess. So you absolutely have to keep Fate's Sandbox up on everybody all the time to have a chance of being able to actually fight. But we still have to bring that courtier down, because any moment now it's going to be hot dogs for everyone, right? Yep, there it is. Just wanted to make sure that he was going to get the maximum number of our actions negated by doing that. So we could juice self, I guess. We're probably going to need it. And then we got to get some more damage going on this guy, or nothing we do is going to matter at all. Okay, cool, great. Fate Sandbox. Indisposed does end eventually on its own. You just have to let it run for, you know, 10 or so rounds. They're definitely getting more rounds than we are. Like, considerably more, it seems like. Alright, well, I'd love to do stuff, but we really can't do anything except make sure this guy dies right now. Alright, now we have to juice, because everybody needs to be able to cast Fate Sandbox at any moment because of this, the Indisposed. Okay, you know what? Let's just go ahead and scoop it out. We'll just go ahead and die, and we'll just come back and avoid this fight. Hopefully, we will avoid this fight. It is probably doable. I mean, it's definitely doable. But God, what an incredibly tedious battle. In a system where all of the battles have become tedious, that one full heal guy who makes himself permanently invincible, and then two guys who have a stun that may as well have an infinite duration. It's like that is prime I don't even want you to play my game kind of design there. I mean, I assume we're like right at the end, because that's, as far as making things feel shitty, that's like a fairly apocalyptic enemy grouping. It cannot get any worse than that, right? So probably you get to the top of Hylics Xylem and you fight the Gibby, and that's it, right? One has to assume, because where else can the design possibly go from here? I think we are at the top of it. Okay, so we gotta go up here, we gotta run through this. Presumably somewhere up there will be the thing that turns off this force field. And when you come out, it does start you closer to the path up than it does to what is supposed to be a stairway on that balcony. So I think it is pretty unnatural to read it as the thing that it is actually supposed to be. I'm trying to look around with this Shoggoth over here. Just does not want to get out of our way. Okay, this is Lord only knows what. This is the extra afterlife matter flowing out of the castle. I'm trying to be real careful here because we're going to get attacked from the top of the screen, and we'll have very little time to react when it happens. Okay. Oh, right. I'm not even supposed to... This isn't what I'm doing. I'm going down in the hole. Okay, we successfully managed to avoid the gameplay. You heard it. You heard the roll noise. I absolutely did roll. Alright, what is... Do we know what this thing on the left is? Or on the right, rather? No, I think that's new. Let's not find out. Let's just burn that guy down real fast. You know what? I'm not even going to nematode interface. We're just going to punch it. Yeah, no sense applying. I should know. There's no sense applying status effects when there is a fish around. Okay, whatever it is you do, we'll worry about it later. Or, hopefully, never. Also, it would be cool if we never had to interact with your mechanics. I'm hoping that at some point here we're going to, I think we'll foam over. At some point here we're going to find another checkpoint, because another entrance to the afterlife. This is going to be the case that it's an awful lot of running to get back where we're going, and I, assume you gotta assume the final boss is at the top of this, right? All right, let's maybe not see any more long animations, huh? Let's just get the hell on the other side of this so we can go back to the rest of the game. The actual game. Alright, this seems like a fine time for some lightning. Just gotta light the dog up in the fewest possible attacks. Is there another... I guess Crisper does more damage than just snapping. Alright. Problem solved. And now for you, I mean... There's no reason not to do this, I guess, because we already can't engage in another combat. I do like the way this enemy looks and moves. It's a shame that, like, everything about the combat system makes you not want to engage in combat so much, because there's some cool, like, some of the enemies are real neat looking. There's some cool stuff going on the aesthetic and to some degree narrative layers that is really being let down by the mechanics. Sort of the story of this game as a whole. Okay, so that doesn't go anywhere. I mean, maybe this is a different meat area than the last one? Yeah, okay, I guess it must be. I was real worried it was just going to drop us. There's a lot of one-way drops into areas you've previously been in this game, so you could understand why I might think that that's what this is. Wait, what are we meant to, nope, can't jump up here. No, you can eventually, okay. I don't know if this is the way you're supposed to get out of here. It doesn't seem... I guess this area looks different enough that it was clear to me that that was what we should do, so... Maybe it is the intent. I don't know. Oh, I thought he was going to follow us down here. Then I was going to roll through. I guess he's just a patroller, not particularly interested in chasing us, but as soon as I make that assumption, he's going to chase us. So maybe up there is the way we're supposed to go? A ductile habit, which one has to assume is clothing. Reduces damage by 25%, wow. Yeah, I think I will give that to you. Wait. Oh, see? Now he's not a patroller anymore, despite the fact that we were rolling and... The thing that sucks the most is definitely the fact that so many of the mechanics are so inconsistent. Like, the roll works sometimes, but sometimes even when you're rolling, they can just grab you and there's nothing you can do about it. We need to Soul Crisper pretty badly here. I might just Cloud Germ in an attempt to get... Yeah. Because I don't want to die and have to walk all the way back and then probably have to engage in this battle anyway. Are we all just going to do our longest and of course you get a turn before anyone else on my team gets a turn. So we're probably dead anyway. After using the Cloud Germ, like, we're probably just gonna have to do this fight over again anyway. Cool. I mean, we're gonna try to get the dudes under control, and then we're up for a potentially infinite amount of stunning, and we have to completely ignore the stun enemy. We have to do Soul Crisper. Fortunately, we hit hard enough now that it shouldn't take a lot of additional attacks to push these guys over. I'm just going to go ahead and use Lightning, because we're not stunnable through the... Oh, no, wait, does the sandbox prevent stun? Alright, so that's got him... No, it doesn't. Okay. But that's got him dead. His shit is over. And none of these enemies heal as far as we know, although we don't know a lot about the dancer over there. Okay, Wayne gets to... Wayne probably has to address Samsonosa's problem there. Cool. Great. Alright, well, Ditas Moln, I was gonna do foam armor, but maybe we probably need to just throw a Fate Sandbox up. Okay, so we still need to get one big hit on that. I mean, probably we just have Pangorma do lightning again, right? Let's... Poramer Bleb? We've almost got, like, the really annoying parts of this under control. Spectorant. This is a thing we've not seen before. Okay, it makes everybody dissolute, which is a thing we still don't actually have any idea what it does. I'm gonna foam armor self. And then Samsnosa is, boy, Pangorma. It feels like Pangorma hasn't had a turn in a really long, like, well, a longer time than makes sense given the stun and everything. So I would love to have Pangorma just throw some lightning on that pool main and then be done with him. Here we go. Okay, so he's done. But we're probably gonna have to use some pretty serious healing here. We don't really have an item. I guess a burrito. A burrito is warranted in this situation. Burrito self, probably? Don't unwrap just eat the burrito as it is. Okay, that doesn't actually do anything. Because we were almost certainly going to Fate Sandbox him anyway. Okay, Ditas Moln. Good time for Ditas Moln to be up. Never mind. Ditas Moln doesn't have any will. So, instead, we Cupcake. Cupcake, you? I mean, the worst of the damage is really over. That said, we are also looking a little low on resources here. Wow, that did 59 damage to Samsnosa, who was defending? Why did it do way more damage to the person who had defense than it did to anybody else? Alright, we do have to actually get some of these enemies out of here. I'm gonna have you give juice to you, because you need to cast some more foam armor. Foam armor is our saving grace. It is the only thing we have that feels like it is functional as a defensive option. Except we have to Fate Sandbox sometime, because foam armor does not in fact solve all problems. Okay, that guy being fast is a little bit of an issue. Okay, so you're dead. Samsnosa is going to bleb you. Just gotta get some health and some defense up here. Because that guy is now going to charge up and then photon thing, like, all of the time. I think that's a serious enough problem that we can focus in on him a little bit. Yep. Yep, so it just does more damage to people who are defending, I guess. That's a, Oh wait, this is Ditas Moln, sorry. You're not iteming, you're foam armoring. Oof. Everybody's real low. And it takes so many actions to get through any enemy ever. You are actually 100% out of resources. Boy, I kind of want to just Cloud Germ just to get on the other side of the damn fight. Here, multi-stem cell, how about that? I didn't even remember we had these. Alright, you can do this, and then let's burn this guy out. I don't think he's like a terribly high priority in a broad sense, but I think he's a higher priority than the other enemies we have here. Okay, well I guess he's dead now. We can just ignore him from here. Yeah, you're pretty much out of stuff. I think at this point it's just like mash attack on someone. Just pick a target and mash attack until dead. Okay, so the Quaff Stalker has the vulnerable thing, which I guess it matters a little bit. A very, very little bit. Let's get the hell out of here and hopefully not have to fight again. Boy, that is a mighty long one, huh? Okay. Unfortunately, we do know that there are more enemies in the area. We're gonna really, really hope that we don't have to fight anything else, because if we have to fight anything else, we're gonna die, right? And then we gotta do the run back. I don't want to do the run back. Okay, here we go. This is, unfortunately, not 100% clear to me what that's gonna do. Okay, that made that statue wiggle a bunch. The lower reservoir is now drained. Ah, okay. That's a little bit of a bummer, because we're gonna have to go all the way down to a place now. The lower reservoir. Boy, it's hard to know what they mean by that. I'm assuming it's the area that we were sinking into at the very beginning of Hylics Xylem, which is, I guess it's not that far away. We should probably go back to the afterlife. It's this way, right? Because we're not in very good shape right now. Alright, I think that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. This sucks. This whole castle is very bad. When you come back next time, tomorrow, we are going to make a real dedicated push to getting through to the other side of this, and hopefully there will be something a little bit more enjoyable beyond it. And we'll see you then.